Bang, bang. Free. Yee! Today I'm going to explain and demonstrate how to teach your dog or your puppy the play dead trick, or the bang trick is what some people call it. It's very simple. You want to make sure your dog knows the marker, so that's going to be our communication channels. This is the word or sound that predicts the reward. In the video that you just saw where I demonstrated the technique, I used the word free. For Spock, that means release and reward. Just keep in mind what the words predict, and that's what they mean to our dogs. So the first thing we want to do is teach our dog the physical cue. This is what we're going to use to get our dog to do the behavior. The way I like to do it is with luring. Now, if you have a dog that understands how to follow a lure, this should be pretty easy, but some dogs don't want to lay on their side. I'm going to demonstrate with 4 dogs, each one slightly different, but I got them all to the point of following the lure. So we have Spock here. Come on, big guy. And if you want to teach this, and you also want to teach a down, or you want to teach a rollover, what you want to keep in mind is, if you're going to do these, you teach down first, make sure your dog knows that command. The second one you would do is play dead, and the last one would be roll over. You don't want to start with roll over, because then it could be very difficult to teach play dead, because your dog's going to want to roll over. So all we want to do is bring our dog into the down position, using a lure that we use all the time, and then I'm simply going to rotate my hand, getting him onto the side, mark and reward. Now when we add the command, come here baby, again, it's just straight down, turn, mark, reward. Sit, bring him up into a sit, good boy. And then I'm gonna do the cue. So down, rotate, yes, reward. Or you can use your terminal marker. Either marker is going to be okay. Remember, when we're just teaching our dog the physical cue to get them to perform the behavior, since we're not putting it on a command, then we can use our terminal marker or our continuation marker. Either one's okay. But once we start to put it on command, then we want to use our terminal marker. Just like everything else, when we say the command, it has to come, what you doing, buddy? It has to come before the physical cue. So we go, bang, bang, then the cue. Free, reward. Good job, my little man. And if they maintain that position, that is a good opportunity to say yes and reinforce that as well. Because when they play dead, we like them to hold the position for a second. Just like that. Break, good boy. So break is my release word. It just means release. So again, we say bang, bang, then we do the cue. Later, you can add the little, the hand signal, but with some people, it actually helps when teaching the command to add the physical kind of bang, bang, whatever you want to call it, because it helps prevent you from pairing your physical with your verbal. Meaning, this is a common mistake. You got something stuck in your teeth. The common mistake people make is they go bang, bang. They do the physical cue the exact same time that they say the command. What we want to do is we want to separate it. So if it helps you, come here, buddy. You can literally, you can literally do this. Bang, bang, and then do the cue. Free, and then reward. And you want to keep doing it up until the point where you say the command, bang, bang, and your dog does the technique just like little Spock here demonstrated. And if you do it correctly, it shouldn't take you that long to teach. I literally started this with Spock on Saturday, and he's already doing it like a pro. Let's bring out the other dog so I can show you how it looks when we're working with different sizes and different levels of obedience. Now we have cute little Ducky here, or Jet. We like to call him Ducky. Now when I first started teaching Ducky this, he didn't want to go with the rotation. When I went to turn, he wouldn't flip over on his side like he's doing right now. So in order to get him to do that, what I like to do with dogs is I like to just pet them and get them to where they choose one hip or the other. So most dogs are going to have a preference on which side they prefer to lay. And if that's the case, I'll pet them until they get to that side. So I'll pet them like this, give them a little belly rub, make them like that position, and reward them. Then once they're sitting like this, where you can see his hips are kind of shifted off to the side, then I'll pet as I tilt. Good. And I'll reward. So it took a little bit of extra effort to get him to do this, and that may be the case with your dogs. Free. And if it is, just be patient with it. Take your time. So what I also had to do with him, when I got him on the side, I had to pet him to keep him there. I had to be like, good boy, very nice. And if he got up, I would bring him back into the position and reward. But if you do it correctly, you should be able to get it to a point where, just like with Spock And Jet here, we can simply turn our hand and get them to flip on their side like that. And like I said before, then we add the command. There was a couple times too when I was working with him, he didn't want to flip to his side. And so what I did was I pet him like this. He already knows. I pet him and then I just grabbed his body and turned it a little bit and continued petting him. You just want to make sure you're not really trying to force, because what happens if you try to force them, it's going to kick in their classical opposition reflex and they're going to resist. They're going to kick the leg out and they're going to try to resist. So by petting them and getting them comfortable, shifting their hips and relaxing, it makes it much easier once you want to add that physical cue, rotating over, mark and reward. And just like with Spock, then we would add the command. He doesn't know the command yet, but we'd go bang, bang, and then we cue, free, reward. Or we can go bang, bang, cue, free, reward. And then we continue to do it until we say bang, bang, and he flops over all on his own. All right, let's get the next pup. Good job, Ducky. Way to go, little superstar. Little superstar. And then let's see him do a little spin for us. Spin. Oh, that's not it. There we go. I had to help him. That's okay. Come on, big guy. Now we have Arri here. Of course, very high energy, older dog. She was able to pick up on it very quickly because she's one of those types of dogs that likes to continue to work in order to get to that reward. Very high level of perseverance. But you can see when I do it with her, her body is going to be a little different than the puppies. She's a little bit more, I guess you can say, ready to continue moving forward instead of getting into that relaxed position that you saw with Ducky and Spock. So again, same thing. I'd bring her down in a position, simply turn my hand. See how she like keeps her paw up? So she's a little bit different than the other ones, but still the exact same concept. Now with her, I was able to do just the lure. But just like with Ducky, if you need to, you can pet him and just get him comfortable in that down position where you're doing like a belly rub or something like that. But you can see how she is a little bit different than those two. And again, we would add the command. She doesn't know it yet because I just started this with her the other day. Bang, bang. And then we would do the cue, free, and then reward. Bang, bang, free. Very nice. Bang, bang. And you see how she's ready to jump up the moment I give her the reward. And that's why I like to use the terminal marker. Bang, bang. And if I wanted to get her to stay in that position, then I would use my continuation marker. Yes. Yes. And I'd reward a bunch. Yes. One right after the other. Yes. So she's not likely to jump up right away. Yes. You may have to do that if you have a dog that jumps up. Yes. Instantly after getting them into that side position. Free. So keep that in mind. Now I'm going to show you the last one, Charlie. He was the most difficult with this one. So now we have Charlie, and like I said, even though he's so motivated, he was definitely more difficult than the other dogs. I still don't even think he fully follows the lure. See, he doesn't even really follow the lure. And so what I had to do with him, and this works since he's so happy-go-lucky. Everybody, down. You can get a lot of drool on yourself. But with him, what I had to do was I had to pet him, and then almost, so for those of you that do jujitsu, it's like a basic sweep. So what I had to do is just rotate a little bit, and then once he flops to the side, free. Good. Very nice. So this one is using a little bit more force because without it, he simply wouldn't do it. So you have to adjust according to the dog. Down. Good. So again, I take my left hand and I use it on his arm over here, pulling inwards, and then I push his shoulder just a little bit, just enough to get him to comply. Once he complies, free. Good. And the more you do it, the more your dog's going to understand that the final position that gets the reward is when you mark. So again, very nice. It shouldn't be very hard. See, he's resisting a little bit. He's my goofy dog. There we go. Hold him in position. Free. Good. And I've taught dogs this trick by doing it this way because they simply would not follow the lure. So the lure is not going to work on every single dog. Good boy. Good. Good. Very nice, buddy. And again, a little bit of pressure. Rotate, 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 and free. Good job. So I wouldn't add the command just yet with Charlie. I didn't want to work with him too much because I wanted you guys to see how, you got spit all over your face. I wanted you guys to be able to see that not every dog's going to be as easy or as compliant as Arri, Spock, or Jet was. And it's not that he's not compliant, he just doesn't understand the turn. See how he just wants to, he won't turn his body. So using the lure just will not work with him until I get him better understanding that it's that position that's going to get the reward. So again, we bring him down. This is the last time. So if I was adding the command and I was doing this little sweeping technique, I would say bang, bang. Then I would do the cue, nice, slow and easy. It's not a race. Once he flops on the side, good. Oh. Free. Good job, buddy. All right. So just keep that in mind. If you have a dog that doesn't follow the lure as well, you can still get them to do it. If you are going to use a little bit of force like I had to with Charlie, just make sure you're staying happy, you're staying excited and motivated, because our dogs feed off our energy. If you start getting frustrated because your dog's not following the lure, then your dog's gonna become worried and not really know what they're supposed to do. But if you keep it fun and lighthearted, then you're gonna have a good time, your dog will have a good time, and you'll be able to get your dog to do the cute little trick that so many people like, so you can impress your friends at the next party. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and be sure to check out my store or get a copy of my dog training manual to help you on your dog training journey. Thanks again, everyone. What you guys doing?
What are you talking about?
Puppy puppies. Puppy puppies. Oh, the good puppies. Oh, hi, Tucky.